Yes, y'allin', discard them like blunt trash. Active more avengers, call that a hawk smash. Your conscious goon sniffling booze and role models. Won't accept facts and just quarrel. No 5 principles, of course, no profit. Facebook and YouTube names they won't have on the docket. They say go fund me, and when you go fund them and get robbed, I say I told you, don't fund them. Still won't listen and call yourself deaf. While most say middle, my path is right hand or left. Some say your cult and think we worship Baphomet. We just Sufis with trance for Muhammad. Offerings of fruit for Oya and Oshun. If that won't work, we call in some Shangoons. Summon demons at the full blood and new moons. Mirror steel blade only escaped by a few coons. And those that escaped are on the run and stay running. Falling off the London Bridge or jumping.
Nobody beats the Moors.
Nobody beats the
Nobody beats the Moors.
Nobody beats the
Nobody beats the Moors.
Nobody beats the
Nobody beats the Moors.
We studied from the masters, we know that stuff reloaded. From Moorish Empire books to hip-hop decoded. Before modern decoders, we studied A.A. Rashid, Conscious Kent Hemet, Beza Lim and Akeem. Moore's order up the table round like Common had soul. We got degrees by the pound, stay uplifting humanity. We got Moors near Japan and lands nether and even Afghanistan. On every Atlantis island, Moors you find them repping Moorish nation, not Turtle Island. Island when it's really a continent. Anybody saying Drew Ali's a myth incompetent. Claiming black and Indian nonsense, then begging active Moors to help you out your consequence. We still lend a hand, our first principle love. Realize, not a hand, just a stick in a glove.
Nobody beats the
Nobody beats the Moors.
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 On and on, till the break of dawn. Many Negro black scholars coin tell pawns. Doing dirty work, keep you deaf and dumb. With no love, truth, peace, justice, or freedom. Moors have returned, called the ancient ones. We are the copper-toned natives, not the Asian ones. Feathers up in turbans, Allah's patient sons. Key man escaped shots from Smith agent guns. Or any coil-tail pro plans or thesis plots. Not getting a slave name, talking to racist cops. Violating oaths of office and ethics. Never knew I was a Moor, thought I was synthetic. Stop being skeptic, suddenly apologetic. We shut down the psychological warfare methods. Active Moors check it, see it as a lesson. Muftis will know their strength before the foes test it.
Nobody beats the
Nobody beats the Moors.
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 Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors. Nobody beats the Moors.
Title is Glad you is a mind time to wait. Death cousin has a slave soul. Prophet said to take you from the care to I lay. Title is now solid as a rock. That ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks. Everything L. 9 drops from ya. Where I'm from yourself. The who's blank. I'm not. She's out the water. The bank sprung up. With unsalvation now, you can't stand up. In the womb there's stars, arms, 2-leg, arm heads, none for them, of us. Humanity, Caucus, Marcus was the harbinger. Ali came forth from ya. The great meeting is on. I see the crescent and the Dragon Ball one up. Dive into the 101. Oh man, you won up. L, we align with yourself, how you up? What up? 2 grips, what you shaking? Forming the trust, wake, oh it's your funeral. We arming with libraries, Moorish Garbin. The title is Glad you is a mind time to wait. Death cousin has you sleep, so a prophet sent to take you from the care to I lay. Title is big. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything else.
Matriarch rules, spirit lessons, watch patriarch fools telling you man is God when the creator is you. The mud you made man from is really the womb. Feminism got you single and trying to be your groom. The prophet held you in his arms, turban with a plume. Told you be yourself, your face wearing a costume. Waving your fake fingernails and flipping your fake hair. Never on time paying late fees for daycare. Blaming dad trying to be right, not the fact you're a dyke. Keep your male sons childlike and life dream like 800 note phones, massaging dicks for those. From lower self to higher self, it's just a stone's throw. If I'm a star, then God is, you are a universe. I'm your helper, you are the God and the earth. You are the yin, I am the yang, that came from yin. We all came from her, civilization is feminine. She is nature, intuition, wisdom and compassion. Woman's highest calling lead man to his soul's passion. And man's highest calling is to protect her. Not when she talks, dismissing intellect as conjecture.
The title is Glad you is a mind time to wait. Death cousin has you sleep, so a prophet said to take you from the care to I lay. The title is big. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything else.
I'm a Moor, 10 toes down on my square, yeah. To get here, you might need a couple stairs, yeah. Walk through the darkness to get to the light, yeah. I enforce law, all by myself, yeah. With no cameras, no gimmicks, cause this is real life, people, I don't take pictures. You can deal with the facts or love fiction. You identify with black, you know something's missing. Where your flag, where your nation, ain't something missing? Here's mine right in front of me, and it was hitting. We were taken from Africa, that's bull, listen. Cause we was right in America before Christians. And I'm Moorish American, I'm so gifted. I don't need marijuana to get you lifted. That's what I do for humanity, don't get me twisted. The Inquisition control, you been calling business. I call it treason, the reason I'm so relentless.
Title is Glad you is a mind time to wait. Death cousin has you sleep, so a prophet said to take you from the care to I lay. The title is big. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything else.
Arm, leg, arm, head. Mama, meditate, laying in my bed with my mala. I self-law, a master, Allah. Nearest place to me, there is the heart. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, what we follow. Egg of life transformed, turn into the flower. Tree of life, man's form, learn the Kabbalah. See through the sandstorm, move like impalas. Follow Drew Ali's model, yeah, we them street scholars. We don't pop bottles and we don't pop collars. Hand on the throttle every second, minute, hour. Rhythm, vibration, word, sound, and power. Perfumes and sensation, flesh has devoured. Took its final station, now the sweet smells sour. Always practice patience in heat, never cower. Here to free with puns, L from the tower, let your hair down.
The title is Glad you is a mind time to wait. Death cousin has you sleep, so a prophet said to take you from the care to I lay. The title is big. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything else.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is?
William murder in the beat. Red flag, wave it. Red tag, save it. Red, green, what that means, Moorish lands, Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so artful. Know thyself, the father from my art capstone. Rip the ground, we put it back to top. See some real engineering, really no Indians near here. Blackstone from the next planet. Still you have no talk, you just a stick faggot. Batman still up in the cave, he got some sick gadgets. Nigga rich run a whole city with no power till apocalypse now. In the door cower, red flag make a 7 as it raised. A flag above many that has waved. Self I'm here to save. I'm an all-Mac, got a lot of lip chopped up to say back up. You see the black flag waving, red tag saving, red green that I mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so forth. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green what that mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial.
I value representation. This flag represents a nation. Collecting information, tracing our roots, not chasing. Pacing my progress, doing more, saying less. Black, white, gray, MSF, RBG in our breath. The depth of what we do is best presented by how we grew. What's true is ear of the beholder to proof answers question over. Some call it closure. I prefer to say we open since we still scoping for knowledge and others now awoken. Hoping little to not. Prefer work, plan, plot, strategize to maximize the probability we saw caught between honor and a smart place. The decisions that we make, ripple effects minor or great, still I appreciate.
Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green that I mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so forth. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green what that mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial.
50,000-year-old ancestral claimant, flag in the ground, hear the flapping fabric sound. Red for the bloodshed or celestial realms. When all you see is feathers and turbans, be overwhelmed. Standing on the squares, independent and fearless. From lower self to higher self, with no interference. 5-point star is her, we call her Venus. My niggas are Nagas, improper persona genius. In 3, 5 or 7 plus, whenever you see us. Moorish national disciples, Prophet Ali and Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. The same frequencies preceding all man-made religions. It's plain decency. Secret teaching of the ages, the heart is where the life is. Osiris is Orion, Horus, Mars, Sirius, Isis. Clear conceptions of your work during a crisis. Rep my flag till I'm dust or the husk is lifeless. Rep my flag, red, green, 5-point star, no gold fringes. Stand on my square, no liberty infringes. No rights violated, no Negroes emancipated. All they know is castrated and decapitated. Red flag, 5-point green star.
Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green that I mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so forth. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green what that mean Moorish lands Bourbon. Who got claim LB, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial, tops turban.
Ominous overtones, picking over the bones, reciting Andromeda's poem, memory overload. The longer the thought, the shorter the memory hold. Was told by Bush all about a Novus Ordo Seclorum. Remember the storm, how tender the form, losing your sense of decorum. Once again the pressure is on. Dimensions were formed at the end of this thorn, tempting fate with flesh. Take taking steps back and forth. Ethereal highways plagued by birds of prey. Intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a way to be difficult, and just a few feet below there lies another road where evil grows, thought to be a pinnacle where schemers walk and players play. With traitorous grins the culprits lay in the midday sultry sunbones bleach away. That's okay, prophet knows where I'm at along the roadway.
A few feet below is another road where schemers walk, where traitors grin and culprits bask in the sun. They think they are on the same road with true Moors, but the Moors are high above on a pinnacle where they might view the destructionists as they fall for the last time and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun.
When a soul eater is summoned, someone conjured. Be a master of a cult or be conquered. Demons all around you when lower self is active. Wisdom is the shield so souls won't be captives. Jabberwockies are dragons, not a group of dancers. Battle lower self with energy transfer enhancers. Every foe has handlers, use protection candles. Trust intuitive visions in lions' dens like Daniels.
Ominous overtones picking over the bones, reciting Andromeda's poem. Memory overload, the longer the thought, the shorter the memory hold. Was told by Bush all about a Novus Order Seclorum. Remember the storm, how tender the form, losing your sense of decorum. Once again the pressure is on. Dimensions were formed at the end of this thorn, tempting fate with flesh, taking steps back and forth. Ethereal highways plagued by birds of prey. Intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a way to be difficult, and just a few feet below there lies another road where evil grows, thought to be a pinnacle where schemers walk and players play. With traitorous grins the culprits lay in the midday sultry sunbones bleach away. That's okay, prophet knows where I'm at along the roadway.
A few feet below is another road where schemers walk, where traitors grin and culprits bask in the sun. They think they are on the same road with true Moors, but the Moors are high above on a pinnacle where they might view the destructionists as they fall for the last time and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun.
When a soul eater is summoned, someone conjured. Be a master of a cult or be conquered. Demons all around you when lower self is active. Wisdom is the shield so souls won't be captives. Jabberwockies are dragons, not a group of dancers. Battle lower self with energy transfer enhancers. Every foe has handlers, use protection candles. Trust intuitive visions in lions' dens like Daniels. Drew Ali the mastermind, study his manual page to page. Keep scavengers in a state of rage. Throw them off course or press them in the full court. You can't stop scavengers making signs of the cross. Goblins want your soul too, for them it's soul food. Keep you in a low mood and make you pose nude. Shaking your hips and ass, being a harlot. Revelation beast bitch with face of mascara. Sons thinking they sexy, twerking and grinding. Innocence destroyed, getting molested by Biden. Or get set off course, mess with a siren. Do well under pressure, become a diamond.
And I think about the Black community. And tonight I want to talk about, do we know we as a people and where we're going? Do we know ourselves, what type of Negro you are, and where is society placing you? Now, let's say you know.
Control your words, control your mind.
To show them both what he was saying, the etymology, because most of them don't even know that the word black is Middle English. It has no ancient history on the planet. And it's in its original form, it actually means pale. Because it really addressed the Negro Yaverarebo, which is the black chimpanzee monkey or the troglodyte nigger, which you know as the Paleolith, which is the caveman, because that's where it came from. And so now our people think they Negroes, simply because the Europeans switched the history. So if they don't know linguistics, language, and history, they get caught up in these emotional arguments of who they like to follow or who they like to believe, and it has nothing to do with any of that. We have to bring them back to knowledge, because they're being destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Not a lack of belief, not a lack of faith, not a lack of prayer.
What do you even do all day? Fix things and get the press?
a troglodyte. You know what that is? It's Greek for a man that dwells in a cave. See, I'm a caveman. I live in a tiny apartment. And it's fine. I'm good with it.
They showcased a significant shift from Negro to Black during this time, which is so interesting to see this. And I've also seen graphs and things that show when folks are self-identifying on the census over the last couple decades, older folks will choose the right in Negro. That's what they will choose to use. That's how they self-identify, because that was what they were told as children.
Documents refer to Delaware Moors as the Ben Ishmael tribe. The Ben Ishmael tribe are some shipwrecked people. A tribe that refused to mix with the whites. The government kept classifying them as Negroes, which they fought against tooth and nail, not because they did not like who they were, but precisely because they knew and loved who they were, and knew that inferior status conferred by the slave label Negro.
Morocco, so this is my land. Open your hands, 5 on the left. Put up the peace sign, 2 on the right. Open your third eye, can you see the light? Not civil little martus, full light. Not civil little martus, full light.
Rate. And me being me, I'm so oblivious, and I just wanted to go for bags. So as I'm shopping, I'm realizing that there's multiple workers there kind of just staring at me, and they're very off-putting. You're literally radioing each other, saying like basically to watch us, and I'm like, what the f do you mean? Like, we're here to shop. Like, when has it ever been a thing to literally stereotype someone and be like, oh yeah, they're stealing, make sure you guard the door? Mind you, I got 4 different bags, like, and I don't know whether or not I should return them or what, because I just feel so disrespected. Like, that was so dehumanizing.
Return them immediately. Return them. They don't deserve your money. I don't care if they were knockoff bags. They're not. TJ Maxx often has these designer bags for a cheaper price. I don't know why this beautiful Black young lady has to even justify that she had the money for it. I believe her because this is what happens.
Islam Moors, happy holy day to all the Moors worldwide who know who they are. Honors to you. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. You already know. You already know. That's why you have a nationality. That's why you know you're not Negro, Black, or colored. That's why you proclaim your nationality and you declare it to the world every chance you get who you are. You have to do that. Because it's not about being stateless. It's about having a nationality. This is why they follow you around the store. Because guess what? When I was a Black guy, they followed me around the store. When I was a Black guy, we went to Burger King one night. Me and some other Black guys. We go to Burger King, we're chilling at Burger King. One of our boys has a lighter. A lighter. You know how big a lighter is, right? Yeah, the lighter was shaped like a gun. And he was flicking the lighter. Just flicking the lighter. So one of our boys went out to go smoke. You know. And it's probably been like 20 minutes. What's going on outside? So this other brother that we were with, he goes outside to go check. You know, what's going on? By this time now, it's about 45 minutes. So everybody's like, okay, let's go and see what's going on, because 2 left and they only went out to go get a smoke. So we go outside, and all you're seeing is red beams. Just seeing red beams. There was probably about 20 red beams. It's 20 red beams. And then you hear the megaphone. Go against the wall. Go against the wall. Red beam right now. Right. So go against the wall. And then you hear another megaphone now. And that's not, it's coming from behind us, but more to the side of us. Right? Follow my instructions and all the stuff. Red beams. And you're just seeing one by one, they just say, what clothes that we're wearing. Step back. Follow my voice, and they started with the first individual, and then they went back. Right? So I was like second or third. So everybody gets taken back. They put the cuffs on and all that stuff. Do the search of everybody. Found knife, weed, car keys, rolling papers, blunts. Found everything. Found whatever. Gave everybody back all their stuff, their knives, their weed, their blunts. Right? Now, at this time, right, there's no more red beams. Right? And then what had happened was there's 2 traffic lights, one to the north, one to the south. Those intersections were shut down. Right? They were pretty much behind every snowbank. There was somebody with a red beam. Right? This is what we were able to check out after they took the cuffs off, and we're looking around. Everybody's around. This is before phones. People pull out their phone and all that stuff to record stuff. This is before that. Right? So people are just out there looking. This is probably like 2 a.m. or something. So telling that story to say, when it comes to black guys, they always discriminate, because we come to find out that cashier lady saw the brother flicking the lighter and called the police, said that, somebody has a gun in here for a lighter. For a lighter. So all the sniveling, groveling, and all that stuff, I'm oblivious to this because I'm young and all this stuff. Stop the BS. Your parents, same stuff happened to them for playing black. Guaranteed. So don't pull that you didn't know that this is how this goes. I don't care what it is, where it is, you experience some form of it being the black whatever. So this is National Library of Medicine, Delaware Journal of Public Health. Traumatic impact of structural racism on African Americans, these particular people. These particular people. Racism, and race relations affect everyone in this country, especially African Americans. And you could throw the African Canadians and the
Caribbeans and the West Indians and all of them in there too, right? The U.S. Census Bureau defines a person's race based on a person's self-identification of the race or races with which he or she mostly identifies. In addition, the U.S. Census Bureau defines Black or African American as person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. The definition of race has no consensual, theoretical, or scientific meaning in psychology, although it is frequently used in psychological theory, research, and practice as if it has obvious meaning. What are they telling you? Negro, black, colored is some BS. And African American and all the other stuff that you want to put on it is some BS. Why? Because it ties to race, and race has no theoretical or scientific meaning. It's a fraud. Everybody knows this, except these dummies above Mexico who choose to play this game that they're colors and everything else that they want to claim that they are. And they don't want to have a nationality. They want to call themselves everything else except what they should be calling themselves. So when you go into the race bag, when you go into the blame somebody else and all that stuff, you're actually playing victim. When you talk about slavery and the white man did something to you and all that stuff, and you need to, you're playing victim. You know, well, my mom didn't and my dad didn't, and you're 40. You're playing victim. Grow up and stop the BS. Playing victim entails someone who is exaggerating or fabricating an event. You came over here on some slave ship is some fabrication. That's some exaggerated BS that we're from somewhere else except the Americas. That's exaggerated. On top of that, you're claiming that you're a slave. Not that you're free, that was enslaved. Or you're a slave. That's the supreme playing victim. When you're not the victim. Playing games. They're following us around the store, and I felt so discriminated against because they're following me around the store. Because you're black, that's why. What you mean why? What you mean why? Now what's interesting is when I stop being a black guy and start carrying myself like I have some national standards, start carrying myself not like a victim, all that racism BS stops immediately. There's no time that I was dressed looking Moorish and went in a store that they treated me like a black guy. No time. Never has that happened. Never ever has it happened that I had a turban on or a fez on and I go into a store. Any other store that I go in when I'm black and they follow you around because you look like a black guy. When I went in there Moorish, there was no issue. Matter of fact, they're running up. They want to help. All of a sudden, I was just in here yesterday. You didn't ask me jack. Now all of a sudden, I'm a dignitary just because I have a fez on or a turban on. There must be something to this. There must be something to this. So you'll see them pop up, especially as Moors. And then as soon as you start telling them the truth, here they come with their victimization BS. As soon as you start telling them the truth on another victim, Lie to them, they have nothing to say. No rebuttal for anything. As soon as you tell them truth, oh, here they go. Here they go. Oh, victim. Well, it's psychology. So there's a template. And they always do this stuff. And then when you check what they do, you're gonna see it now. And all these people who say that they're the whatever, you'll see the same victim stuff in them. So 5 signs that they're playing victim games with you. Common signs. Continuing to complain without taking steps to improve their situation. They always got problems. They always got issues. Somebody did something. They're always calling you down with their issues. And then you gave them solutions 2 years ago, and they still didn't implement the solutions you told them 2 years ago. And then they're gonna complain that you did something to them when they're really doing it to themselves. Talking as if their situation is always worse than everyone else's, which can include a sense of almost trying to outdo or one-up somebody else's pain. How many times you heard that one? How many times you're telling somebody about what you're going through, your struggles, and then they come with their high chest self talking about how their struggle is worse. Because you don't understand. You don't get it. I know what you went through, but what I went through, and then they start going into their stuff, not even giving you any moral, spiritual, emotional, whatever support. We're supposed to support this victim to the high heavens. A frequent or sometimes seemingly constant state of woe is me, them. Right? Always about them. Always about they and they this and they that. Never once said, so how are you doing? You all right? All the multiple hours you've been on the phone with these people with their BS. Never once. And then you, like a big dummy, you're well, you know, they needed my support. No, they didn't. They're an energy vampire. Why you keep giving your energy to these people? These ungrateful bastards. Don't give them your energy. What are you giving them your energy for? They reciprocating anything? No reciprocation? What are you dealing with them for? Every time you finish talking to them, you exhaling and all that type of stuff when you're done with them. What do you think that's for? Because they're just sucking you. And then now you're the victim. Seeming to think everyone is against them, or maybe even out to get them. We're not talking about conspiracy theorists, people who's telling the truth or whatever like that, and people are trying to take them out. We're not talking about them people. We're talking about these victim people who going back again to, somebody else's pain and difficulty is not as bad as theirs. Right? Somebody's out to get them. That's like those Moors talking about that they got the info and all that stuff, and you got to get this right now because I'm in hiding because I'm putting this information out. These people never murdered nature yet. They never murdered Taj yet. They never murdered Raz yet. Yeah. Who are you? If they're still around here, then who are you? You ain't nobody. Somebody gonna try to assassinate you because you're putting some truth out. Stop it. Get off your high pony, your high donkey. Big dummies. Nobody out to get anything. Nobody trying to stop you from doing anything. You're just not doing anything. So you feel everybody's against you. You're against yourself. Not taking responsibility for much, if anything, and consistently views that others are to blame for what is happening in their life. Their life. In their life, somebody else's fault. In their life. Whatever BS it is that they're playing victim for. Whatever it is. Right? It's somebody else's fault why she's letting this man strangle her still every night. With the children there watching and all that stuff. She just stay there. Stuck. Or he's with trapped by some cougar or something like that. And he doesn't want to leave. Well, she's old and I gotta take care of her and all that BS. Getting abused in every way possible and sit there taking it. Trust me, I know about abuse. When you put the blade to their neck and tell them, if you touch me again, you're done for. They either go find somebody else, but they definitely leave you alone. Most definitely, they stop bothering you. So yeah, I get it. But if you choose to do nothing, you're playing victim. Stop it. Stop playing damn victim. Playing victim for what? To get what? And again, it's playing. Right? Pity party whoever's. So let them pity party you. Few tips you have for dealing with people who play victim. One thing you could do, respond minimally to avoid further entanglement. So like how the whoever that wants to learn, and then you're breaking down to them, you know what I mean, and they're receptive and all that stuff. The victim, you don't play those gives them knowledge games. It's straight into the point. Right? It's not going past the point. Because the victims have this ramble thing that they do, right? To get you just to hear them. Just so you could hear them. But when it's time for them to hear you to get the advice for the stuff they were rambling about, or they don't want to hear that. Right? So make the stuff to the point. If after offering ideas for things the person can do, you notice they are not taking any action steps to create a change, stop offering suggestions. Because the person is now communicated to you that they do not actually want to make a change. So you saw them 5 times, and every time they still came back telling you about black people and all that stuff after you already told them that we're Moors and look at your skin, you're brown and all that stuff. No, don't waste your time. No, don't talk to them about proclaim nationality and all that stuff for what? Wasting your time. Don't waste your time. Your time is valuable to be wasting it on some incompetence. Work to accept that there are limits on how helpful you can be for the individual. Set boundaries on how much time you spend with them. When they are in their woe is me state, because the reality is that it can be draining. It is okay It is all right. It is in your favor to set limits for your own well-being and mental health. It's in your best interest to make sure that you protect your sanity from these insane people that you have to deal with on an everyday basis. Do yourself a favor. It's in your best interest. And don't take it from me. Take it from thriveworks.com. They're the experts. We're just letting you know what people have been already dealing with. If there's any victims on here, right, the blame game, whoever's, let's give you some tips on how to stop playing victim. If you realize that it's time to change, then let's help you out. When you are curious about whether you're playing the victim or have been accused of doing so, you can pay attention to whether you are considering your own part in whatever happened and work to hold yourself accountable for how you may have contributed. If you feel that nothing is ever your responsibility and that you're always identifying other people who are responsible for your situation, that should be a red flag to you. You can also notice if you are always blaming others for everything, carrying yourself with a woe is me attitude, and feeling like you need to one up others' disclosures of difficulties. If you notice those behaviors, then take real action to stop doing them. Remember, we're dealing with them, so it's just to the point. Right? It's not some long, drawn out stuff. Okay, stop doing the BS that you're doing then. Victimizer. Just stop doing that. Period. Yeah, but no, just stop doing it. Educate yourself on empathy and give yourself behavioral practice by engaging with others in empathetic ways so that you are providing sufficient space for other people and their experience. Victimizer. Make sure, victimizer, you start a practice. Start training yourself to be a listener. Stop talking. Do for others now. People already did for you forever. They've been doing for you. Now, time for you to shake your own ding-a-ling and put your stuff back in your pants. You don't need somebody to help you do that. Make sure you are actively listening and reflecting on what someone else says, rather than redirecting attention back to yourself. Attention whore. Stop being a whore for attention. Other people have problems too. And somebody just might think your ear is the ear for them to disclose their difficulties to. So let them and shut the hell up. If you struggle to make changes on your own, you can always consider meeting with a mental health provider. Just don't take any drugs. Don't take any drugs. But go talk to somebody, to talk to a professional. Maybe that's what you need to do. If you're too much of play victim. If you're too much of a play victim, maybe you need to seek some other assistance, because you can't do this thing on your own. You should be able to do it on your own, but, people have issues. Right? That was Hannah DeWitt, mental health writer. So don't be a victim. You don't have to be. Suck it up, buttercup, and start being responsible. You're only going to help you. Be responsible. We don't need to be going to the pity parties anymore. You be crying because somebody followed you around a store. How about stop shopping there? How the hell they do all that to you and you're leaving with bags? The hell are you talking about? You're telling me you went to a spot. You went to the pet store. You went to the pet store. They're racist because they're following you up and down the place. And you're still leaving with fish? How you have a bag of fish when these people were racist? What you mean? Well, the fish were on sale. I thought you said they were racist, though. All right. And then you saw her with the groveling, with the pity party. Yeah. And then here come all the Negroes, the other pitiful Negroes. Here all them come. Yeah, they're racist. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to. Shut up. Shut up. Because how are you leaving with stuff if these people were so discriminatory to you? How are you leaving with stuff? What do you mean you have bags of stuff? And you're groveling that they're racist. You have bags of... Okay. Hurry up and buy. I feel sorry for your mother. Get out. Honors to all the Moors. Oh my God, nigger, tomata. Thanks for the nails. The nails look beautiful. Oh no, your feet stink away out. Honors to all the Moors. Honors to the Moors in the chat. I really had a great holy day today. And all is well. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Which article? The traumatic. Let me put both of them in there. Honors to all the Moors. Honors to Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey. Honors to all the matriarchs. Supreme honors to all the Moors. Love and peace to all. Supreme love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Happy Holy Day, Moors. Islam.